I'm going to try and survive the next 100 days in Smalland, a world where even the smallest creatures pose the greatest threats. From towering predators to relentless elements, every step is a fight for survival. With nothing but my wits and determination, I'll tame powerful beasts, craft legendary gear, and take on the toughest foes, with the goal of completing all 23 Steam achievements and proving myself as the ultimate champion of the small folk. My adventure began with an unexpected twist. The initiation ceremony I was part of came to an abrupt halt when a giant hornet launched a sudden attack on our party, narrowly escaping the chaos. I was entrusted with a critical mission to report back to the burrows, but before setting off, I knew I had to prepare for the journey ahead. I started by gathering essential resources like fiber, wood, and resin, which I used to craft some basic survival gear. Armed with makeshift tools, I began the trek toward the burrows. The path was anything but easy. I had to fend off a few pesky critters along the way. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I arrived at the captain's outpost. There, I learned about more grave news. Reports of increased attacks were spreading. The captain tasked me with seeking out the elder, who might have answers we desperately needed. Upon meeting the elder, I discovered that the apothecary's key had mysteriously gone missing. My mission expanded: venture into the overland forest, find the settlers, and investigate their claims to uncover the truth behind the chaos. Determined to uncover the cause of the attacks, I knew I needed to improve my chances of survival. Thankfully, Captain Hornet had a solution: crafting a sturdy set of armor. But to do so, I needed to gather materials again, with plant fibers topping the list. After a fair bit of effort, I managed to craft a padded armor set that boosted my defenses and provided cold protection. While planning my next steps, I remembered Hornet mentioning tree encampments. Building a base seemed like the perfect opportunity to prepare myself for the challenges that lay ahead. I set out to find a safe location, fending off a particularly troublesome ant before settling on a sturdy tree. With the location secured, I began building my base. The process was a bit chaotic, especially as I tried to figure out how to properly claim the tree. While I didn't exactly know what I was doing, I at least gave it my best shot. To complete the treehouse, I had to venture out of my sanctuary to gather more materials. By the end of the day, the foundations of my treehouse were set, and I finished things off with sturdy walls and a leaf-covered roof. After dealing with another one of those relentless ants, I set my sights on equipping the base with much-needed equipment, starting with a workbench that unlocked more recipes to craft. With that in place, I headed out to gather additional resources for crafting a few essential items. Back at the base, I put together a wooden sword. While waiting for it to finish, I took the opportunity to set up a campfire and cook some mushroom steaks. Next on the agenda was crafting a storage container to stow away all the unnecessary items cluttering my inventory. Oh, and how could I forget? A bed for the base was a must, and I made sure to add one before calling it a day. It was time to move out and check in with Kalev. On my journey, I came across a massive stream I needed to cross. Thankfully, a hop, skip, and a jump got me through that obstacle with ease. But, of course, there was more to deal with. A group of ants was hot on my trail. I figured it was the perfect chance to test out my new wooden sword. I must say, it was a decent upgrade. Still, I wasn't interested in prolonging the fight. So, I decided to bail and continue my journey to Kalev. When I spoke to the corporal, he informed me about the collapsed mine and gave me some useful intel on how to get a pickaxe. He also gave me the option to craft a new set of stone armor. I set off to investigate the information he gave. The catch? I had to take down a massive bull ant. To be honest, it wasn't that difficult.
They look huge! It's scary! Ooh, son. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Come this way. Let's single you out here. Come on, let's go.
The bull ant put up a decent fight, but with a little fancy footwork, I eventually brought it down and collected the mandibles it dropped. However, on my way back to base, things didn't go as planned. While trying to heal in the middle of battle, I made an oopsie, and the next bull ant caught me off guard.
Oof. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, oh, you gotta be kidding me?
Before I knew it, I was sent straight to meet the queen. The day began with a frantic mission to recover my lost gear. The swarming ants had other plans, forcing me to dodge and weave out of harm's way. Thankfully, I managed to reclaim everything. Back at base, I quickly set out to work repairing my equipment and crafted the new pickaxe. With the pickaxe complete, I turned my attention to bolstering my arsenal, crafting a wooden bow and some arrows to give me a ranged advantage. Since I kept getting daily visits from the unwanted guests, I decided to set up a layer of defense in the form of a spike wall, hoping it would deter future intruders. As it turned out, the spike wall did its job, just not quite as I'd planned. It managed to take down creatures, though not the ones I was hoping for. Still, I wasn't complaining about the valuable resources it provided. With the spike wall proved its worth, I moved on the day's main task, farming a hefty amount of stone. Thankfully, I didn't have to travel far to find a good supply. Once I gathered enough stone, I returned to Kalev to craft the new stone armor. His guidance helped me create a sturdy piece, though I still needed more materials. Determined to finish the job, I ventured out to mine a nearby stone deposit and returned to craft a stone mask, avoiding the full movement speed penalty of heavy armor.
Okay, so, yeah, we made it back at base. What I need to do is actually sleep. We didn't do that because we need an achievement for that. And it activates our spawn point. There we go. Hey, getting some shut eye. There we go. Nice and juicy.
It seemed my next move was clear. I had to visit Skaddy on the other side of the map. To counter the movement penalty from my current gear, I decided to craft some light armor. Gathering required materials, I made a quick trip to Hornet to craft the new set. Equipped with my upgraded armor, I set out to meet Skaddy. The journey was anything but easy. Creatures were everywhere, and I had to carefully navigate around them. Upon reaching Skaddy, I learned about taming traps. These could be used to tame creatures, and with a bit of luck, even turn them into companions. However, there was a catch. Skaddy tasked me with hunting a fearsome Rhino beetle near the overturned boat, and Skaddy also offered a unique type of armor that I could eventually craft. Realizing the need for a fallback location, I decided to set up a small outpost near Skaddy. I built a few basic structures, including a bed and a workbench as well. With the outpost complete, I ventured towards the beach to explore. However, things quickly spiraled out of control.
Oh, doesn't work. What the freak? Okay, no, you're not working out. I'm running. I need better gear.
Thankfully, I managed to escape alive and unharmed. With a little daylight left, I headed back to base, knowing one thing for certain. I needed better gear. On day 9, the goal was to set up the stone cutter, which meant gathering bottle caps and screws found near the stream. While at it, I gathered enough stone to craft the remaining pieces of stone armor. With the materials in hand, I zipped over to Kalev and completed the full set of stone armor, prioritizing the extra protection it offered. Back at base, I extended the structure slightly to accommodate the new crafting station, adding a few foundations, ceilings, and walls. Once the base was ready, I went ahead to craft the stone cutter. My focus then shifted to upgrading my tools, aiming for the stone hammer and the flint hatchet. So, it turns out that to get seeds, I first needed to craft a crude hatchet. To do that, I required chitin, which meant hunting down those giant red beetles. After some effort, I finally spotted one of the elusive beetles.
Woof. Woo-wee. Oh, wait. That's not right. That's the wrong button. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go. How did you miss that? Come on. Let's go. Almost there. Yes.
Taking it down earned me the chitin I needed, but it wasn't enough. The search continued. Eventually, after searching for what felt like ages, I finally found another beetle and was determined to take it down.
Yo, there we go. 7, 9, 8. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I got no time for this. You going down, son. Yeah. Come on. Oh, gosh. Is that, Alright, we got this one. Down she goes. Back at base, I swiftly got to work crafting the crude hatchet and took some time to distribute my attribute points, reaching level 4. Well, it's pretty cool waking up to some insect fur, just because our spikes are doing a pretty good job keeping the moths away, not the ants. They still get past these things. Anyway, I can't deal with that now. Just gonna put it here in my chest. Look at that, we're just collecting for days, yo, for days. With that out of the way, it was time to tackle the day's mission. Collecting seeds. I recalled spotting some promising plants during my previous journey to Skadi, so I decided to head back in that direction. Upon reaching the area, I found the plants I needed, but they were heavily guarded by wasps and beetles. Clearing them out was no easy task. Oof, that's not bad. Oof, poisoned. Alright, you know what? Come on. Come on, get up! I just can't dodge it. Okay. It's stronger than me. It is stronger than me. Come on, heal up. Awesome. Whee! That's just crazy. We made it! I tried to take it out, but I don't know what happened to this. You need arrows. I have arrows. I have 30 arrows. Oh, come on, Kamz. Come on. Come on, we got this. It's raining. Come on, puppy. I got it now. I know what you're doing. Hey, get wrecked. It was a fierce battle to secure the resources. Once the critters were dealt with, I finally had the freedom to gather as many seeds as I needed before heading back to base. Returning to base, I got straight to work cooking up seed oil from the seeds I had collected. Once that was done, I moved on to preparing the refined wood. With the refined wood in hand, I was finally able to craft the stone hammer. Naturally, I was eager to test it out. Luckily, an unwelcomed guest had wandered into camp, giving me the perfect opportunity to politely knock him out. While organizing my inventory, I decided to craft a couple of healing patches to take with me and began the long journey back to Skadi's location. Upon reaching Skadi's area, I took a moment to catch my breath. For tomorrow, the real test awaits as I prepare to face the Rhino beetle. But for now, it was time to get some much needed rest. I had an idea I just had to try. Crafting a few wooden spikes seemed like a smart move, so I got to work, hoping they'd make a difference in the fight ahead. When I reached the boss's lair, I took a moment to scout the area and set up the spike traps for extra defense. Unfortunately, building spots were limited, but I made do with the space available, carefully placing the traps wherever I could. Afterwards, it was time to face the colossal Rhino beetle. Naturally, I tried to kite it toward my defensive wall of wooden spikes. Holy smokes, this is crazy. Whoo-wee. Alright, there we go. Come on. Let's go, buddy. Oh, we broke one. Oh. Come on. One more. Okay. Whoo-wee. We didn't do much. I need to change. Okay. We got this. Whee! Oh, we didn't do much. Okay, it's good. It's good. Come on. Oof. Let's go. Oh my soul, that was so close. Oh, frick, we're almost there. Okay, alright. I think what I need to do is heal up. Oh, I can't use this. Controller's not so good. Okay, just heal up. There we go. We're close. Oh, never mind. Yes! There we go! With the Rhino beetle defeated, I spent some time farming the area for materials. The resources here were top-notch, and it would have been a waste not to capitalize on the opportunity. Deciding to stick around for a little longer, I spent the day farming more materials. I took down a few pesky beetles for chitin and gathered a whole bunch of valuable resources. Then, I moved on to collect seeds from the foxtail plants, before mining a ton of flint and stone, wrapping up a productive day's work. On day 15, I returned to my friend Scatty, who congratulated me for bringing the Rhino beetle horn. He mentioned that the beetle used to roam the swamps, but somehow made its way to the beach. He suggested I visit Lysandra in the swamps for more insight. However, as a token of his appreciation for defeating the beetle, he gifted me some recipes for traps and baits. With my new recipes in hand, I began the long journey back to base. Along the way, I couldn't resist collecting a few more resources I came across. Upon returning, I went straight to work, cooking up some seed oil in the stone cutter and organizing the items I had gathered into storage. The day started with me gathering loot from butterflies and moths that had wandered too close to my spike traps. Using flint from my previous run, I worked on upgrading my gear. First up was crafting a flint sword. While waiting for that to finish, I prepared some taming traps by cooking up a few simple baits and crafting basic traps from them. To wrap up my upgrades, I crafted a new set of tools, a flint pickaxe and a flint hatchet. With 3 traps in hand, I set out to tame my first insect, a grasshopper I spotted nearby. Upon locating it, I carefully placed the traps and tried luring it towards them. Unfortunately, my initial attempt didn't go as planned, forcing me to reassess my strategy. I decided to weaken the grasshopper with a bit of brute force, but this only enraged the creature. In its enraged state, taming was out of the question. So, I had to back off and let it cool down for a while. Eventually, the grasshopper calmed, giving me a chance to set up the taming trap. This time, everything worked perfectly. I successfully tamed my first insect and named him Rob. It was time to visit the next settler marked on the map, Justana. With Rob, my trusty grasshopper, the journey was an absolute breeze. His mobility was unmatched, allowing us to traverse almost anywhere with ease. In no time at all, we reached Justana's location. When I spoke to Justana, she offered a variety of intriguing items, including gliding wings and Regal armor. However, crafting these items required materials I didn't currently have. After checking in with Justana, I went ahead and started setting up an outpost nearby. Unfortunately, I was rudely interrupted by some rather aggressive bees. They were a real challenge to deal with, especially since their attacks inflicted poison damage. Still, I kept my cool and took them out one by one. With some time left in the day, I hopped back onto Rob to explore the area. I came across more poppy plants for seeds, honey scattered practically everywhere I looked, and even caught sight of a rather terrifying queen. Deciding it was a fight for another time, I chose to steer clear of her for now. My plan was to prepare for the battle against the queen wasp, starting with gathering wood. I decided to leave Rob at Justana's place while I went out to collect the materials I needed. While I was busy prepping, disaster struck. Rob was ambushed and assassinated by a swarm of bees. To get to him, I had to fight off his attackers, but it was too late. Rob! Oh, Rob! Are you okay? No! No! Rob! Fueled by rage and grief,
I turned my attention to the queen wasp. There was no way I was leaving without avenging Rob. I quickly gathered spikes and other materials, crafting makeshift defenses to prepare for the fight ahead. With everything in place, the only thing left was to take on the queen herself.
Whee! What a shot! Come on, buddy! Oh, sherbet. Hey! Get wrecked, son, you darn piece of crap. You, that's for Rob! You and your freaking nonsense! It was time to make the long journey back to base. This time on foot. I knew it wasn't going to be an easy one, with every creature hot on my heels. Every step felt like a gauntlet, as I dodged and weaved, determined to keep moving forward. Eventually, I managed to slip out the bee's radar, only to be spotted by another beetle. Take this guy out. Oh, how did you do that? Come on, let's go. Oh, the frick. You didn't even warn me there. Yeah. What the problem is, son? Yeah. Get freaking smashed with some stone. There you go. Give me that. Reaching the base, I thought it was about time to claim a tree. To do that, I had to climb all the way up to the very top. It was a long and grueling task. Navigating through the obstacles required every ounce of focus, but I pressed on, determined to reach the summit. Finally, I made it to the top and met the tree butler, who allowed me to claim the tree as my own. Examine the great trees listening. I want to claim it. Yeah, there we go. Safe. Claim a tree. Beautiful. Look at the space here, bro. With the tree now officially claimed, I started my descent. But the weather had other plans. A storm was rolling in. Really? I was so close to base. Come on. Gotta be careful. We need to get back to base. Base is almost here. Yeah, we made it. Yeah. Sweet. Safe and sound and protected from the storm. With Rob gone, it was time to prepare for a new tame. I set off to Scatty's place to gather strawberries, knowing they would be essential for crafting bait. Might as well grab it. Wild strawberries? Are they different? Later that day, I returned to base, turning my attention to preparing for the journey to the swamp to meet Lysandra. I crafted simple bait, stocked up on bandages, and cooked some mushroom steaks to fuel the long trek ahead. Following that, I set out to find a high-level mount. Returning to a previous location, I came across a level 20 grasshopper. Wasting no time, I set up the trap and weakened the creature with a few precise jabs. Once its health was low enough, I kited it towards the trap, and to my relief, it worked. The grasshopper was tamed, and I named it Ruby. Unfortunately, on my way to the swamp, I miscalculated one of my jumps and landed in a stream of water. Oh, come on. Ah, frick. As a small folk, that was a quick way to lose consciousness. Thankfully, I managed to recover my belongings and got back on track. Later that day, I finally reached the swamp with some time to spare and checked in with Lysandra. After a brief conversation, she assigned me my next mission, taking down a giant albino spider. Oh boy, I wasn't looking forward to that. I decided to camp at Lysandra's place for the night, and while chatting with her, I discovered she offered some impressive armor upgrades, which could come in handy. As I continued to explore the area, I noticed a ton of spider cocoons nearby. The best part, the spiders in this part of the swamp weren't aggressive. It was the perfect opportunity to farm up a hefty supply of silk. Given how treacherous the swamp was, I thought it was wise to set up a small base for safety reasons. After scouting out a secure spot, I built a temporary outpost. I also spotted some bark in the area. Since I had the tools for the job, I took the chance to harvest it. This unlocked a few exciting new blueprints that I could use for a future base build. With enough materials collected, I hopped onto Ruby and began the journey back to base. Speaking of base builds,
It was finally time to tackle the project on the great tree. But before I could get started, I needed a few key materials for crafting stations and upgrading my armor. The best spot to gather everything I required was back at the beach. There, I took down several green beetles to collect their chitin. Then, I focused on harvesting as much bark and flint as I could carry. Oh, and while farming, I stumbled upon some intriguing blocks. They seemed to have something to do with base decor. Back at base, I decided to get some help with the big move by taming a ladybug for extra storage. With my new helper sorted, I tackled the monumental task of dismantling my entire base, loading up the ladybug with most of the heavy materials. Piece by piece, I transported everything to the great tree. Once there, I began laying down a few foundations, sketching out the blueprint for my new home. On day 25, I continued expanding the base, starting with some much needed storage and then moving on to the second floor. My plan wasn't to create an extravagant sanctuary just yet. I simply needed enough space to house the new crafting stations. Realizing I was short on resources to finish the build, I set out to gather more supplies. While I was at it, I grabbed the remaining items left at the old base, officially closing that chapter and focusing fully on the new treetop haven. With a modest build of my base complete, I shifted my focus to crafting the next vital pieces of the puzzle. First up was the cauldron, next came the apothecary's table, followed by the tannery, and finally the loom and spindle. These unlocked several new blueprints, including the intriguing silk weave armor. With the base and crafting stations fully operational, it was time to upgrade my gear. To start, I needed more chitin, which meant hunting down more beetles. To my surprise, Ruby made quick work of them. It was oddly satisfying watching her tear through them with ease. Next up was herptile leather, which meant heading back to the beach to face geckos. The battle nearly ended in disaster for Ruby, but after regrouping, I faced the gecko head-on and took down the mighty beast. The victory earned me an achievement for collecting bones and the leather I needed. The resource grind wasn't over yet. To complete the next armor set, I needed even more chitin and herptile leather, so the hunt continued. I had a pretty clever idea for dealing with those geckos, and boy, those spikes came in handy again. With a little ingenuity, I managed to farm them more effectively. With all the materials finally gathered, I made the long journey back to base. Once there, I got to work processing the hide into leather using the tannery and crafting textile patches with the loom and spindle. Having everything prepped, I forged a full set of Regal armor. And the best part, my first pair of gliding wings. They looked incredible. Seriously, I looked absolutely insane, decked out in this gear. I even unlocked the next achievement while putting the wings to the test. Okay, time to prep for the albino spider battle. As I was saying, I needed to prep for the next boss and required a few ingredients for one of the potions. First on the list were poisoned lands. To get those, I had to hunt down some wasps, which of course wasn't the most fun task. To top it off, Ruby had other ideas and decided to leave me high and dry.
What is... Ruby? Ruby? Okay, I got to do this on my own then. Darn you! Come on! Darn it, you! Ruby, you are fired! You are fired. You're supposed to wait for me.
I also decided to take on a spider, hoping it would drop the glands required.
Wolf spider. Alright. Ruby's not doing that bad. But... yeah. One more. Come on, Ruby. Hey, buddy. I don't think we should be doing that anytime soon here, mate.
Afterward, we ventured into the swamp, knowing I'd find poisonous mushrooms there. I can't say that I did find some, but unfortunately, there wasn't much to gather. While scouting for more poisonous mushrooms, I came across a small patch of rye plants, which was perfect since I needed seeds as well. Day 31 turned into quite the roller coaster. While out farming seeds, we ended up in a tussle with one of those green beetles. Unfortunately, Ruby found herself in a tough spot, and the beetle got the better of her, knocking her unconscious. Panic hit hard when I realized I didn't have the revival item with me. With no other choice, I had to leave Ruby behind and make a desperate dash back home to craft the revival tool. There was an unexpected twist to Ruby's revival. After logging back into the game, I was surprised to find Ruby waiting for me right at the base. All I had to do was use a little voodoo magic and she was back up and ready for action. Once Ruby was fed and rested, we returned to gathering resources for the albino fight. First up, poisonous mushrooms. I stumbled upon a great spot with plenty of them, carefully avoiding trouble as I harvested what I needed. Next on the list were poisonous glands, which meant facing off against wasps again. Ruby and I worked together, taking down the pesky foes and gathering the materials required. Get closer! Ah, come on, you piece of meat here. There you go. You need to grab some of that, buddy? Yeah? Perfect. Now you're blocking me from getting my glands. Day 33 marked the arrival of our first winter in Smalland, and man, it looked absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, not everything was perfect. Somehow, my ladybug had met an untimely end. With no time to dwell on it, I shifted my focus to preparing for the boss fight. First on the list was grinding a whole lot of seed oil, which I'd need for crafting elixirs. Next, I got to work boiling those poisonous mushrooms in a cauldron. Once everything was prepped and ready, I crafted a few poison resistance potions and wrapped up the day by cooking up some health elixirs. With preparations complete, it was finally time to make the journey to the albino spider's lair. The snowy weather seemed to work in my favor, keeping most insects at bay along the way. Upon arriving at the location, I scouted for a safe spot to set up camp outside the entrance. However, there were some very inquisitive critters close by, preventing me from scoping the place. Of course, I had to get rid of the disturbance. Eventually, I found a suitable location and built a temporary shelter. With everything in place, I assessed my strategy. Unfortunately, spikes weren't an option this time, meaning I'd have to rely on good old-fashioned combat to take down the spider. I knew it was going to be a tough challenge. The time had come. There was no avoiding the fight with the albino spider. I braced myself, knowing it wasn't going to be easy. Oof, there we go. 17. Wee, buddy. Oh. Oof, chase. Come on, Kamz. We got this. Oh, frick. Oh, okay. Okay. Easy, boy. Easy. Alright, I'm just running. Dodging. Let's have one of that. We just gotta keep going with this one, man. Come on. You know, this thing gonna get me killed. Yeah, got it. Get killed. Alright. Let's get a couple of that. We can't hit him like that. I have one of this. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Almost there. Almost there. Come on. We got this. We got this. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Oh, let's go. Let's go, son. Let's freaking go. Oh, all that for a freaking albino eye? Mate, you're smoking something. With the battle behind me, I made my way to Lysandra. Our conversation revealed 2 new settlers I needed to track down. The first, Tuhala, had no known location, while the second, Nak, was situated in the Greylands, a place now overrun by a black hornet. To top it off, Lysandra rewarded me with a new tasty taming bait. Before heading out to meet Nak, I had to wait out a storm. While the weather raged on, I took the chance to collect some silk from Lysandra's cave. Making my way towards Nox's location, I eventually stumbled upon an incredible sight. A place filled with wonder and a unique atmosphere. Nox greeted me with a hearty howdy and quickly filled me in on the situation. Apparently, there was a black hornet terrorizing the uncharted lands up north. Nox suggested upgrading my armor to stand a chance against the creature and also shared an exciting invention, a chargeable catapult, capable of launching items. Following Nox's advice, I headed to meet Murmek, hoping to craft better armor for the Black Hornet fight. It was time to face off against the Cockroach menace. Ruby surprisingly wasn't up for the fight, so I had to step in and handle the roach myself.
Come on. Let's go. What? Oof. You take a while to get wrecks, huh? But it's not too bad. Let me see with my flint sword. Okay, blunt damage does. Alright, we got this. It's gonna take a while to take out, man. Don't you run away from me, you! Why are you running away? Come back and fight till the death! Come on, buddy! There we go, finally! Finally we got this buddy down. What do we get? Chitin bow, nice. After getting a feel for the battle, I decided to take on another roach. This time, things didn't go quite as planned. For some reason, I couldn't fight back effectively. Looking back now, I can see why. Forced to retreat, I ran towards Ruby to escape the heat of the battle. After regrouping and patching myself up, I returned, finished off the roach, and claimed my well-earned reward. I got you now! Here we go! Deciding to stick around a bit longer, I focused on farming cockroaches to gather the heavy chitin I needed for the new armor. There was still plenty to collect. After clearing out a wandering roach, I took the opportunity to farm some scrap metal I had spotted scattered across the ground. Once I'd farmed all I could, I took on one final roach I encountered along the way. It put up a decent fight. There you go. Nice. Good night. But in the end, I managed to take it down and bag a couple more pieces of heavy chitin. My goal was to get better weapons, but to do that, I needed better crafting stations. First up was getting a windmill going. I needed a bunch of refined wood and some fiber strings. While waiting for the windmill, I started clearing space for the new structure. Thing is, I didn't realize just how big it actually was. And man, did I get that totally wrong. The windmill was way bigger than I expected. I seriously needed to consider building a larger base. In search of the crafting station that would unlock better weapons, I set out to prepare the items to craft my way up the ladder. Unfortunately, I was low on supplies, so I headed to the bottom of the tree to gather wood and fiber. After that, I moved closer to the stream to mine some rocks I'd spotted earlier. Returning to base, I got started on building a makeshift room for the new workshop. Once that was done, I moved on to adding the furnace. The thing is, the forge was up next, and it required clay mortar. That meant I had to find clay ASAP. So, I headed down to the beach in search of clay. Unfortunately, it wasn't my best idea. The further I ventured, the creepier things got, and I quickly realized I was lost. I had no choice but to turn back and search elsewhere. Eventually, after some exploring, I found what I was looking for, but it was guarded by a few fearsome beasts.
To clear the area, I set up a wall of spikes and began my attack on a gecko. After a tense game of cat and mouse, I finally managed to take the creature down. Taking down the gecko gave me access to a small deposit of clay. It wasn't much, but it would certainly get the job done. Of course, the lubber decided it was his turn to terrorize me. After an intense encounter, I managed to get rid of him and farmed the few lumps of clay that were left behind. As night fell, I didn't dare step out into the open. Instead, I found a safe corner and patiently waited for daylight to come. Before diving into the task of building my main base, I dedicated some time to farming all the materials I'd need for the job. The best spot for gathering resources was back at the beach, where I collected a hefty supply of bark, stone, flint, and seeds to cover my building needs. Of course, I also had to deal with the local pests along the way.
Come here, buddy. Come on, get right here, sonny. Come on. Hey, buddy.
The day had finally come to tackle the main base. I initially tried to build around my existing setup, since the thought of sorting through my storage was overwhelming. But as I started laying down new foundations, it became clear that this approach just wasn't going to work. So, the grueling task of tearing everything down and relocating my belongings to a temporary storage area began. It wasn't fun, but it had to be done. On the bright side, I was left with a clean slate to work with, which made the process feel a bit more exciting. The following day, I got to work laying out the foundations for what I envisioned the base to look like, and began constructing the first floor walls. I was blown away by how spacious it felt. Anyways, I turned my attention to the second floor. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do with it, so I spent some time experimenting with different structures to see what might work. Construction continued on day 45, but the rain didn't make things any easier. I worked through it as fast as I could, focusing on completing the second floor and covering the gaps with wooden flooring. By now, the base was really starting to take shape, and I couldn't help but admire how it was turning out. My favorite part, I managed to incorporate the windmill into the build.
Yeah, we've got the windmill to fit in here. And because of that, I had to put these leaf roofs here.
Unfortunately, I ran low on supplies, which meant heading back to the beach to stock up on bark to keep the build going. With my resources replenished, I returned to tackle the next phase of construction. This part was all about figuring out how to bring everything together while keeping it visually appealing. Naturally, there was a lot of trial and error as I tested out various structural designs. Adding the finishing touches to the base was a proud moment. It turned out even better than I had imagined.
That is beautiful. Look at that. It looks amazing. Freaking amazing. Oh man. I love it. I love it a bit. Although, I wish I could put something, yeah. No, that's fine. I like it. Looks good. Look at that, guys. A couple of days working on the base, and this is what we got so far.
And on day 49, I focused on preparing the base for crafting stations. This involved gathering a bunch of resources, again, and putting them together to craft and install the stations. After days of hard work, I finally had what I was looking for, a station to craft better weapons. With the new forge up and running, I could finally craft iron weapons. The first item on my list was the iron hammer, but that meant gathering a ton of metal scrap. So, off to the Greylands I went, ready to stock up. Upon reaching the scrap metal hotspot, I came across a cockroach and some hornets. Luckily for me, they seemed more interested in fighting each other than chasing after me. I seized the opportunity, carefully navigating the chaos to start mining as much scrap as I could. While I was at it, I decided to take a shot at taming one of the nearby hornets. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned.
Alright, buddy, you stay here. Okay. Hey, come on, buddy. Let's try and weaken it a little. Ooh-wee. No! Alright, we've got to run. Oh! we gotta run. Man, I thought we tamed it. I'm scared now. That just gave me the heebie-jeebies, bro. Well, it's going to get wrecked now. That's for sure. Oh well. Returning to base, I jumped straight into preparations for the Black Hornet fight. First up, I fired up the forge and stone cutter, working on refining materials into usable items. With the resources ready, I finally got my hands on the iron hammer. This weapon was definitely the upgrade I needed. Knowing the Hornet was likely to have poison attacks, I brewed a few poison potions to keep myself alive during the fight. For health elixirs, I needed a few ingredients. So, I headed out into the forest to farm poppy plants for their nectar, petals, and seeds. While gathering supplies, a nosy beetle decided to interrupt my session. Lucky for me, the hammer got its first test run, and boy, it didn't disappoint. Once I had all the ingredients in hand, I returned to the apothecary's table to whip up a few potions. It was time to take on the next boss. But first, I needed to scope out the area and figure out how to set up my defenses. Unfortunately, the place was swarming with flies. To make matters worse, they attacked in groups, forcing me to retreat and rethink my strategy. Kiting them away became my best option. After a relentless effort, I finally managed to take out the flies and got straight to work. I built a small fort and added a few wooden spikes for extra protection. With Ruby tucked away safely, I mustered up every ounce of courage I could and met face to face with the Black Hornet from a relatively safe distance, of course. Wish me good luck. Let's have one of that though. It's coming. It's coming. Come on, buddy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm using my elixirs, health elixirs instead of... you gotta be kidding me. It's not coming that far. Come on, buddy. Hey, but the freak, it worked. Oh, it freaking worked. You piece of tree. You got wrecked. Darn you. It freaking got wrecked with this. Oh, and there we go. That's it. We're done. We're done. Victorious, I returned to Nock to share the good news of the Hornet's defeat. In return, she rewarded me with plans for a new set of wings and shared intriguing information about a king stag beetle and the elusive clover key. With my sights set on crafting the new iron wing armor, I needed to gather several materials, including scrap metal, heavy chitin, and charcoal. Scrap metal was easy to come by, of course. As for the heavy chitin, well, I'm sure you all know what that meant. Oh yeah, I had to tango with those roaches. Let's see who wins this. Oh, how you like that? There we go, buddy. Come on, this is faster. I'm just gonna go for it. This is faster. Come on. There we go. Get wrecked, son. Oh, we got you. Oh, we got you. And we got you again. Here, buddy. Come on. Let's tango. Oops, wrong button. Oh, you got me. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Oops, wrong one. Woo-wee. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Alrighty, here's our last fight. The last battle. Come on, buddy. Woof. Oh, you got me there. Good job, buddy. Good job. Ooh. Smacked in the face, bro. 60, yo. Oh, that's too slow. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it now. There we go. That should do it. We should have 6, 12. That's all we need. Alright, nice job, Kamz.
After a productive day of farming, I returned to the base and got straight to work preparing for the next boss. I fired up the forge to smelt the scrap metal I had gathered. Then I focused on cooking up some health elixirs, ensuring I had enough to survive the stag beetle. Once that was done, it was time to head back to the forge and start making charcoal. I also crafted a few stamina tonics to make sure I had that extra juice in the tank for the battle. By the end of the day, I was ready for the challenge, equipped with a full set of Iron Wing armor.
Here! We are ready for this. Are you ready for this? I don't think so. Let's go, mate. Let's go. I freaking look like a superhero or something.
Day 55 marks the beginning of the long journey to the stag beetle's location. I covered miles of ground, giving me plenty of time to think about the battle ahead. I won't lie, it made me pretty nervous. Finally, after what seemed like endless miles, I arrived at the king stag beetle's lair. I took a deep breath, bracing myself for the fight. At first, it was nothing short of intense, but as time went on, I managed to get the hang of its attack patterns. And from there, it was just a matter of staying focused. The rest, as they say, was history.
We gotta eat up here. Sheesh. So you do 2 of those. I need to eat up here. Yeah, right. We'll take care of that. Come on, buddy. One more. Okay, you got me. Alright. I'm just gonna keep rolling for that. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Alright. Boom! That's what you get. Oh no. There you get 2 of that. Come on, buddy. 1, 2, 3. Come on, you should be out now. Oh, 1 more. Let's go, buddy. Hey, yo, broskies! King Stag Beetle is erect, and we got the ancient clover seal. Here, let's go! The key has been found, and we have achieved the achievement. We're done. We lived, mate. We lived.
It was time to leave the cave and make my way to the Elder with the clover key. Upon presenting the key, the Elder confirmed its significance, revealing that it unlocked the ancient Elixir of life from a nearby chest.
Examine. Yeah. Alright, insert the clover seal. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Elixir of life. Ooh. That looks nice. Enchanting. Really cool. Mate! That's some awesome stuff right there.
However, the chest contained only a scroll written in Old Tongue. The Elder informed me that the only person capable of deciphering it was Teodric, the historian, located below the giant's ancient sanctuary. So, it was off to find him. The journey to the sanctuary was both long and treacherous, winding through a dense forest and a creepy drone-filled ruin.
Don't tell me he's down there, because I see nothing on top. This is not where I want it to be. Ooh, this looks like something new.
After thoroughly searching the area, I finally found Teodric perched in an unsettling spot below.
Yep, I can. Alright. Good job, Ruby. We're gonna be staying here for the night. Teodric! Hey, we found the Mothman. Meet.
Teodric examined the scroll and requested my help. He needed a rare book titled The Origin of Small Folk, which could be purchased from a merchant on the southern shore of the ruins. To move forward, I needed to locate the merchant. Carefully navigating through the dangers, I followed the coordinates to his location. A quick chat with him revealed that he might have just been the biggest scammer ever, demanding a bucket load of pyrite in exchange for the book. To gather pyrite, I realized I'd need to upgrade to a metal pickaxe, which meant returning to base to craft the tool. Before heading back, I spotted a clay deposit nearby and couldn't resist collecting as much as possible. However, one thing stood in my way: a giant lizard. I had no clue what it was capable of, but I decided to give it a shot. Thankfully, it wasn't as tough as I feared, and I managed to take it down.
Yeah. Get wrecked, you piece of turd, you. How you missed it? Come on. Get wrecked, son. Get freaking wrecked. With the beast defeated, I had free reign to mine every bit of clay I could find. Back at the Greylands, my mission was clear. Gather as much scrap metal as possible. With 120 pieces needed to craft the metal gear, I knew it was going to be a long day of smashing through piles of debris to uncover the resource. After a grueling session of farming, I returned to base, safe and sound, with all the scrap metal I needed. Without wasting time, I headed straight to the furnace to refine my haul. With the metal ingots sorted, the next task was crafting a few textile patches. Once that was done, it was time for some much needed upgrades. First up, the iron pickaxe, then the iron sword, and finally the iron axe. Though I mistakenly thought it was a hatchet. Fully equipped, I set out to gather pyrite, aiming for at least 10 pieces to progress my journey. While mining the deposits, I unlocked an achievement for collecting fool's gold. And of course, no day would be complete without kicking up some dust with a few scribs along the way. Yeah, that's what you get when you mess with me. Come here. Oi, get smashed. Hey, yo. What the problem is, son? Get out of here, mate. Get out of here. Having secured the pyrite, I returned to the merchant and traded it for the tome of unspoken old tongue. My next stop was Teodric to deliver the book and see what he had in store for me next. Back at Teodric's location, I handed over the tome. He examined it carefully and confirmed its significance. It spoke of an ancient elixir powerful enough to cure almost any ailment. However, it required a key ingredient, something that could only be found in the Forbidden Lands, a region shrouded in mystery and danger. Before setting off, I made a quick pit stop to stock up on essentials. I crafted a few bandages and prepped enough food to last the trip. Then I went ahead to craft a pyrite hatchet to round out my gear. With everything ready, it was time to head into the Forbidden Lands. After locating the secret door, I ventured into the unknown. The eerie atmosphere was unsettling, and the journey felt like navigating a maze. Holy smokes. Oh, don't tell me we have to fight things in here. Because I ain't going to. Holy smokes. Oh, this is much better. Hi. Not interested. No siree. Ooh. What is this? Alright, let's keep going. Where to? I do not... Oh, there's an exit. Is this an exit? Please tell me. It does look like an exit. Oh, son! Where are we? Along the way, I encountered another small folk. Something about this one felt off. He was strange and openly hostile. Things quickly escalated into a skirmish, but with Ruby pulling one of her classic disappearing acts, the chaos became overwhelming. Deciding it was wiser to retreat and find a safer location to recover. Eventually, I stumbled upon an intriguing structure and came face to face with a grand figure, Malik. He seemed to have been expecting me and shared vital information. Malik directed me to the Scorpion Temple in the Amber Valley, northwest of my location, and mentioned that the High Priestess there could provide the answers I sought after. So, I set out to find Sarnak in the Amber Valley, but along the way, a strange outpost caught my attention. Curiosity got the better of me. I decided to investigate further. Inside, I encountered another peculiar character, but she wasn't going to give up any information without being bribed with some forest delight. Moving forward, I came across a grand temple, decked out with golden trimmings. I knew this had to be the place, but my excitement was short-lived. An ominous inscription at the entrance demanded an offering of 6 scorpion telsons to proceed. 6 scorpions. That sounded more like a death sentence. Determined to test my luck, I decided to take on one of the nearby scorpions. I hastily set up a spike wall, fully aware it probably wouldn't do much. Sure enough, the scorpion was far too powerful, and my gear felt seriously underpowered. It was clear this plan wasn't going to work, and I needed to rethink my approach if I wanted any chance of success. You know what? We just have to face it. See how tough it is. Alright. We got this. No, I don't got this. I'm scared. There we go. we going to die or are we going to survive? Woo-wee. Okay, so that's not working. Ooh, we need to run. There's no easy way to take this out, man. Darn it. Unless we tame one. Woo. And I need to have one of these. There you go. Whee! Let's get out of here. That scorpion's gonna take me out, man.
With limited options, I decided to take up Malik's offer and trade for a new set of armor. To do so, I needed to gather 12 chest pieces scattered across the area. I began with a black queen, conveniently located nearby.
But we're not interested in that. Just gonna grab it and go. Son, let's go.
From there, I focused on collecting the remaining pieces, doing my best to avoid unnecessary confrontations along the way. My strategy was simple: stay stealthy and keep my eyes on the prize.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oof. You got me, mate. Wait, Ruby! Let's go and grab it. We got this darn beetle here. No, you punk. No. Just wait. Wait. Don't want to fight yet. I just need to get the pieces and then we're done. What is this piece? This is a white queen. Alright, I think we might need to head back to base. We have to leave him here. Just butttt it and then grab it and run. Come on, grab the thing. Yes, let's go, Kamz. You guys can't catch me? No, you can't. Alright, let's get back to camp. It's getting late and it's cold.
On one of the runs, things took a chaotic turn when a colossal bird began chasing me down. To make matters worse, there were 2 chess pieces in the area, making it an incredibly tense and close encounter.
I do not want to get hurt by you guys. Yeah, please do. Oh! Is there one here? There is. Holy smokes. You guys, you're supposed to be helping me. Hi. I told you. Something will happen. We'll get it. Hey, buddy.
Finally, after collecting all of the pieces, I returned to Malik and traded them for the Icarus armor set and iris wings. Crafting these, however, wasn't going to be an easy task. It required rare resources like pyrite, reishi leather, and feathers. Clearly, the challenges were far from over. Before heading back to base, I decided to stick around for a day or two to farm reishi mushrooms, essential for crafting reishi leather. By my calculations, I'd need a staggering 160 mushrooms to meet my crafting needs. It was definitely one heck of a grind. While exploring the area, I stumbled upon something interesting, a camp I had previously visited. To my surprise, it held a schematic for the Etherin hammer and the great axe. I grabbed the goods so fast, the guards didn't even realize they'd been looted.
Sorry, I'm going. I know. Let me get out of here. You guys didn't see me coming, did you?
With my little escapade out of the way, I refocused on gathering reishi mushrooms, determined to inch closer to my goal of 160 shrooms.
Oh! Where's Ruby? Ruby! I'm coming. No, don't leave me alone, Ruby. There's some right here. But I doubt we will, Oh, you frog. Froggy! Leave me alone, please.
Finished with farming reishi mushrooms, I set my sights on the Greylands to gather some much needed scrap metal. While there, I came up with an awesome idea to take on the giant bird for its feathers. Next, I made a detour to track down a special weapon I'd heard about. The journey wasn't easy, as I had to navigate through hordes of hostile creatures to reach the hidden location.
Where's Ruby going? Ruby! Oh, Ruby! You're leaving me here! Oh my freaking soul. Look at Ruby. She's just gone. Look at all these guys. Whoop! Where's Ruby? Ruby! Wait! Wait here! Alright, there we go. We're safe. We're safe now. Yeah, baby. We're safe now. Sweet! So, we got what we wanted. Let's go ahead and get some pyrite as well.
Finally, I found myself back at Teodrix, where I spent the remainder of the day collecting pyrite from nearby deposits, preparing for what lay ahead. Returning to base, I got straight to work crafting the necessary components for my upgrades. Starting with Rishi leather, I moved on to whipping up some seed oil and firing up the forge to smelt iron ingots and other essentials. With all the materials prepped, I finally crafted the Etherin hammer, and boy, was this thing an absolute beast! Testing it out on some ants was oddly satisfying. They didn't stand a chance. After a bit of fun with the hammer, I returned to base to craft the great sword, and I had just enough material to upgrade it at the workbench. To wrap up the day, I forged a few metal spikes, preparing for a very special mission. On my way to the Forbidden Lands, I stumbled across a hidden room in the tunnels. Inside, I discovered notes filled with research and secrets. They described Malka taking refuge in the cavern to escape the dangers of the overworld. Moving on, I finally reached the bird's nest. My plan was simple: set up some metal spikes for defense and lure the beast in. I carefully positioned the spikes and braced myself for the challenge ahead.
Right, there's the bird there. Let's go and call it. Here, birdie, 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 birdie. Here, birdie. What's coming? What's coming? I'm scared. Come on. Come on, chirpy, chirpy. Go here. Come here. Here. Oh, please don't waste my spikes now. Come on. I just put them down for you. Was that too far? Let me see what happened to it. Is it stuck? No? Ooh-wee. Oh, Ruby's dead. No. No. Ruby is dead. Hey. You're dead also. Oh, man. Ruby. Ruby, what am I going to do without you, Ruby? There you go. Dragon Slayer. Alright, how many did we get from that?
With the loss of Ruby still weighing heavily on me, I knew I had to push forward and find new options. Spotting a black hornet nearby, I decided to take my chances with taming it, using a few traps I had on hand.
I hope this trap works. Come on, hornet. I need a tame. Are you tamed? Yeah! There we go. We got a hornet. Alright, let's pick this up. Hey, buddy! Look at this! We have a hornet!
Oh boy, my luck didn't stop there. Another black hornet appeared, and this one was an even higher level. With a few taming traps to spare, it was a no-brainer. I had to try.
Okay, you stay here. Wait here, wait here. Okay. I need to tame another hornet just in case. You never know what will happen. Let's place one trap here. And another here. Alright. Wee! Come on, buddy. Let's go. Come on, there's another one here. Come on. Team up, buddy. Hey, buddy. Feeling pumped after taming not one, but 2 high-leveled black hornets, I thought I was unstoppable. Naturally, I decided to go after the second blue twit. Let's just say, I should have stopped to strategize, because things went downhill pretty fast. We might be just too far. Come on, buddy. Hey, there we go. That did it. Come on, buddy. Man. This ain't gonna work. Let me put it here. Just in case we can't reach there. Here I am. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Yeah. Come on. Oh! It demolished it. Woo-wee! Down she goes. I was at it again, this time armed with more spikes and some backup. The battle against the feisty little bird was intense, but after a few nerve-wracking moments, we brought it down and claimed my prize. And yes, in case you were wondering, I did revive my other hornet, and it was back up and buzzing in no time. Next, I turned my attention to the bird's nest, as I needed an egg to tame a bird of my own. Sure enough, there was one in the nest. Minding my way to it was a grueling task. It felt like an eternity, but with determination, I broke through and secured the egg. Before heading back to Malik, I decided to take on some stink bugs with my hornet. I needed their glands for one of Malik's tasks, which in turn would help me make the journey home easier by solving the issue of the sky beast. I mean, this hornet is doing a pretty good job here. Whoa, look at that. 6, 7, what was it? And that's done. The hunt for stink bugs continued over the next 2 days, as I needed a few more glands to complete my task. Luckily, attacking with the hornet made the process so much smoother and far more easier. Here's the last one. Ooh, what the freak was that move? Come on. Let's go, buddy. You gave me 50? What the freak? Ooh, 72. I need some stam, yo. I need some stam. Just hold up a little. Hold up a little. Where you go? Yeah, I got you. What you gonna do about it? Down she goes, son. Okie dokie. So finally, I have all 10 glands. Well, almost. I just need to take this out. Finally. Okay. This bug is the last. And we can get back to base. I want to get another grasshopper. I mean, Ruby was good. It was good to carry her around or go places with her. I think I'll get one of those. There we go. The stink gland is done. That's number 10. Finally, with all 10 glands in hand, I made my way to Malik. He wasted no time extracting the liquid and adding it to a special mixture that would deter the hawk patrolling the skies. This concoction would allow me safe passage over the broken bridge. In other news, acquiring a bird from Malik turned out to be a daunting challenge. He required a staggering 500 hoots for the trade. I had no clue how I'd managed to gather that much. Anyways, on my way back to base, I spotted an incredible looking lubber and decided to try to tame it. Unfortunately, my hornet got in the way, disrupting my efforts and forcing me to retreat. On the bright side, when I returned to base, I finally crafted the Icarus armor set. The set was absolutely stunning, and equipping the wings unlocked a new achievement. I felt unstoppable with my new gear and couldn't wait to put it to the test. Returning to the Forbidden Lands, I set my sights on taming a lubber. After scouting the area, I spotted a high-level lubber and decided it was worth the effort. Carefully setting up multiple traps, I held my breath as I waited to see if the plan would work. Hey, there we go. That's one down. Oh, please. Oh, no, that didn't work. That didn't work. Come on. If this doesn't work, I got to hit you a bit. Hey, yeah, there we go. The lubber is tamed. Wait here. Oh, buddy. As a precaution, I decided to also tame another grasshopper nearby. It seemed a good idea to have a backup just in case things went south with Neville. Okay, buddy. I need to tame this one. I should tame up one time, right? First time. Hey, here we go. While en route to the desert, I stopped by Bunny Dowd's place to fulfill her request for a forest delight. After completing the task, she shared some intriguing info about her escape from collapsed tunnels and hinted at the presence of mice in the area. Moving on, I returned to one of the pyrite-rich areas I had scouted earlier. This marks the beginning of what felt like an endless grind. My loop started in the desert, farming every single bit of pyrite I could find. Next, I journeyed to the ruins at Teodric's location. There, I cleared the path by taking down a hornet and a lizard. Before collecting all the pyrite in sight, I worked my way down the stairs, dealing with beetles and roaches that crossed my path. Finally, I ended up at Teodric's lair to gather even more pyrite. That was pretty much the whole process of my pyrite run. Back at the desert, I spotted saplings that, when harvested, provided me with ironwood. Anyways, I returned to my pyrite grind in the desert. While there, I took on a scorpion with Neville's help. Come on. Come on, tag team him. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Alright. Got this one. Come on. Yes! There we go. Oh, first freaking scorpion down, son. To keep things efficient, I added a new task to my loop, harvesting poppy plants for nectar, petals, and seeds to brew healthy elixirs. I also began hunting wasps to farm poison glands for antidotes. Once I had a system in place, the loop became routine, collecting pyrite from the ruins and the desert, then trading with the merchant for hoots and repeating. Not forgetting the scorpions, I made sure to take them out regularly for their talsons. With practice, I was getting pretty good at it. Then it was back to the pyrite grind, first at the desert and then in the ruins again. Occasionally, I visited the merchants to trade. Scorpions continued to fall as I honed my strategy. Between fights, I returned to farming pyrite, and of course, more trades with the merchant. Finally, on day 89, I made my last visit to the merchant with the remainder of my pyrite. After countless hours, battles, and resource runs, I hit 500 hoots, mining a staggering 2,000 pyrite. What a grueling and challenging journey it had been. That's just crazy. Alright. Let's get out of here. After days of relentless grinding, I returned to Malik to trade for my very own blue tit and named it Tweety. Hey, buddy. Oh. I'm gonna name you Tweety. Yeah. Let's do that. Tweety. Okay, so you have 1,100 health. That's not good. Taking to the skies for the first time was exhilarating. Tweety soared effortlessly, covering ground much faster than I ever could on foot. Let's head on over to our pyrite mine here. How do we go down? How do I stop flying? Oi! What the freak, yo? Looks like we can't get close to our pyrite mine. Things are going crazy there. With one last task to check off, I went ahead to take down another scorpion, securing the final talson needed to prove my worth to the priestess. Talsons in hand, I made my way to the Amber Valley on Tweety, and I got a chance to meet with Sarnak. She reveals crucial details about their leader, Teodric, who might hold answers about Malkar. However, reaching him wouldn't be easy. I'd have to infiltrate his heavily fortified tower. To get past the tower's defenses, Sarnak directed me to Granger. Wasting no time, I set off for his location. While chatting with Granger, he laid out the situation. The tower was crawling with guards,
and the only way to throw Eardrake's operation into chaos was sabotaging his equipment. He also hinted at a way to craft an incredibly powerful weapon, but of course it came at a price. I'd need to gather a list of rare materials before he would teach me his secrets. And so, my next mission was set. I ventured off to the desert, determined to collect as much sulfur as I could find. Bright and early the next day, I arrived at Granger with the requested materials. In exchange, he showed me the process for crafting fire sand, an explosive mixture that could be used as a weapon. But to learn how to craft said weapon, well, let's just say I had to do him a favor first. I needed to get a special scorpion bait from Sarnak, as their attacks on the ranch had become more frequent. To purchase the bait, I needed more hoots, which meant one thing: back to the darn Pyrite grind. There was no way around this, so I dug in and got to work farming Pyrite. And of course, even more Pyrite the next day as well. I wanted to have enough hoots to purchase the bait and the new armor set while I was at it. On day 93, I wrapped up my Pyrite grind by trading my final haul for the last few hoots. With that done, I made my way to Sarnak to exchange the hoots for the schematics of the new Scorpion armor set and the superb treat. After reviewing the new schematics, I realized I needed blood sacks to craft the superb treats. That meant a detour to the swamp to hunt down mosquitoes. Plus, there were a few rare materials I'd need to collect for the Scorpion armor. Arriving at the swamp, I saw an opportunity to check another task off my list, meeting the elusive Tuhala to unlock my next achievement. She offered to craft me a special armor set, but first, I had to prove my worth by defeating the formidable Spider Matriarch. Fortunately, I was more than geared up for the fight, and the Spider Matriarch turned out to be far less of a challenge than I expected. With that task out of the way, I turned my focus to collecting blood sacks. The only problem, mosquitoes only appeared at night, so I had to wait for nightfall before I could start farming them. After securing the bait, I returned to Granger to make the trade. In return, he finally shared the schematics for his powerful hand cannon. Back at base, I grabbed the necessary materials: pyrite, reishi leather, and ironwood, before crafting some fire sand, the hand cannon itself, and its ammo. But, of course, a new weapon needed proper field testing. And what better target than one of the deadliest creatures in the Amber Valley? Oh yeah, peeps, the Viper. I decided to set up a few defensive spikes before attempting to lure the Viper in. The worst part, Neville got caught up in the fight, and there was no way I could get him out of it. He held his own for as long as he could, but in the end, the sheer power of the Viper was too much. With Neville down, it was all up to me to pull off something special. I did my best, dodging and weaving, all the while managing my health as the Viper dished out an insane amount of damage. Every second was a struggle to stay alive, but then the hand cannon came in clutch. It absolutely shredded through the beast. All I had to do was survive long enough to land the final shot. And would you believe it, the Viper was down to its final breath. One shot, one chance, and I could not afford to miss this.
Let's go, son. One more. Let's go. Yeah. Holy smokes, that was crazy. I do not want to mess with that again. How much leather we get? Hey, there we go. Collect a snake fang. How much leather we got? We need to take one more out.
The thing is, I wasn't just hunting down these vipers for the fun of it. Oh no. I needed their skin to craft snake leather. So I had to take down another one. This time, I laid down as many defensive spikes as I could, hoping that they would do most of the heavy lifting and weaken the beast considerably. However, when I tried luring the Viper into my trap, well, turns out I might have placed it just out of reach. The stubborn beast didn't seem interested in taking me on. But that hand cannon though did some sweet explosive damage, especially when I landed a perfect headshot. With my ammo completely spent, I had no choice but to finish the job with my sword, using the same strategy. I kited the Viper towards my spikes, and when it lost interest in the chase, I rushed in with a relentless flurry of attacks. Soon enough, the mighty beast collapsed, and I claimed my well-earned prize.
Hey, buddy! There we go. Poison land, that's 3, that's 6. I don't think we need any more. Brilliant.
With a bit of daylight left, I decided to try my luck at taming a scorpion. Yep, I laid down a few supreme taming traps, danced around the beast with some fancy footwork, and eventually tamed my very first scorpion, Maximus.
Come on. Go one. There you go. One down. Hey, did you use one already? Hey, team son. What is this? Maximus. Wait here.
Since I had a spare taming trap on hand, I figured, why not go for another? Using the same strategy as before, I managed to secure a second scorpion and named it Caesar.
Tame up, please. Please. Hey, buddy!
With my final mission on the horizon, it was time to gather the last of my resources. First on the list, taking on scorpions and tarantulas for their valuable materials to upgrade my armor. These creatures packed a punch, but with my trusty gear and my new allies, they didn't stand a chance.
Jeez, you hit hard, buddy. Whoops, that was a miss. Whoops, another miss. Another one. Oh, you got me there. Oh, there you go. Night to night, buddy. I don't have to do anything for you. You got Maximus and Caesar here. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's get this guy here. Come on, buddy. Ready? Oh, they're taking quite a bit of damage, yo. Ooh, 17. Come on. Let's go. Hey. Eat up. I need you guys strong and fit and well. I'm gonna call it in, okay? Guys ready for this? Oh, overshot that one. There we go. Yeah, buddy. I can't see your attacks, mate. Woo-wee! That was too close. Come on, help me out here. Buddy, help me. I'm almost dead. Yo. I'm coming to help you guys. Here we go. There we go. I survived that one. Jeez, that was close. Eat up, buddies, eat up.
From there, I headed to the Greylands to farm more scrap metal for ammo. Then it was off to the swamp to hunt down frogs for their meat, a key ingredient in crafting special health elixirs. While I was at it, I remembered spotting another frog back at the starting area, so I made sure to grab that too. Of course, I couldn't forget the desert run to stock up on sulfur, along with another crucial ingredient for the hand cannon, saltpeter. Back at base, I got everything together, prepping all the essentials for the final challenge. Oh, and in case you hadn't noticed, I had already crafted the scorpion armor and was proudly rocking it. Before heading off to the final mission, I decided to try something I hadn't done before, incubating an egg. I chose the humble fly as my test subject. To protect the incubation process, I brought out my trusty scorpions, Maximus and Caesar. Naturally, I had no idea what to expect, but as soon as the hatching event started, enemies came charging in.
Mix. Will attract hostiles. Alright. Where do they come from? I don't know. Is it here? Oh, they're coming from here. Alright. Maximus and Caesar! Let's attack! They're already here? Oh. They're already here? Come here. Buddy. Easy. Oh, everybody's coming. No, you just relax there, buddy. This broke my stuff. There's one more coming. We need to protect the incubator. Now wait for the creature. All enemies killed. Alright.
Later that day, the fly had fully matured, officially adding another member to my crew. And with that done, all that was left to do was rest up and prepare for the road ahead. Well, my friends, it was time to make my way up the tower and deal with the guards standing in my way. Luckily, Maximus and Caesar had my back.
Okay, let's go, buddies. Up the ladder we go. What's up? Oi. Ooh. Oh. Oh, look at this dude. Come on. Oh. What the frick? You almost knocked me out, son. Hey. Jeez. This is Ethereum Ether Guardian. Freak. Yo. Let's go. Oof. Woo-wee. Where's the other dude? Come on, you piece of turd, you. Oh, Maximus. Great job. Or whoever's that. Oh, this dude. Where's the other fella? One of you guys are missing. There you go. Oh, I'm gonna use you for this one, buddy. There's 3 of these big dudes here. Got to use you. Yeah, you can dodge all you want, man. Woo-wee. Come on. Let's go. Hey, 1 down. Whoop. I need to heal up, buddy. What? Woo-wee. Oh, that was a great escape. Holy smokes. Ooh, son, we gotta watch out. We got archers. Ayyoooo. What? I thought I had ammunition. Oh, there you go. Ayyoooo. I got a cannon for you. Whoop. Woo-wee. That's satisfaction guaranteed there, bro. I love that. Yeah, we're almost there. Yo, that's great. Let's go, come on. Alright. Keep on going up. Up is the way to go. Oh, we're almost there, broski. Oh. Whoop, whoop. I didn't freaking mean to go down, buddy. That guy was, rushing me. Oh, there's 2 of them. Whee! Now we are locked and loaded. Oof. Hey, 1 down. The next to go. Where's my scorpions, bro? Hey, another one bites the dust. Yo, come on, buddy. Come on. Where's your other... Oh. I wasn't prepared for that. You're gonna get the full blow of Maximus here. Where's Caesar? We don't have the whole day here. Oh. Oh. This looks like, it's gonna get hectic. Just saying. Oh, there you go. Alright. So, I assume this is where things are gonna get a little more interesting. Finally reaching the very top of the tower, I readied myself for the ultimate showdown against Eardrick. Holy smokes! Here we go! It's a showdown between me, the scorpions, and this dude. Who is he? Oh, jeez. What? Who's this dude? Malkar? Or something else? I don't know. No, not Malkar. Ooh, buddy. Fine. Oh, 300. I need freaking... Come on. Okay, okay. Oi, buddy! Get wrecked! Oh, that's freaking amazing. Right, we're gonna go up there. And we're going to take on the dude, right? Alright, let's go. Oh, it's the Falcon. No way. No freaking way. Oh, okay. Oh. Alright. Oh, jeez. Oh, where's the other dude? Okay. Oh, okay. There you go. Come on! Freaking wheel! Oh my freaking soul! Come on! Oh! Run! Come on! Oh! Oh, no! Alright, we got him. 118 for that one. Freak! Why is he on me? Leave me alone! Help me! Help! Hey! Somebody help me! Where's the other dude? Oh crap! I can't reload like this. Oh, 400 is almost there! Come on! No! I got this! Hey! But hey! Let's go! What the freak? Down she goes! No, what? I freaking took you out, man. What's going on? Where's your friend? Why did he leave us here to fend for ourselves? After bringing down Eardrick, I gained access to Malkar's lair. It became clear just how far he had fallen into madness. His scattered research notes detailed his obsession with immortality and the effects of the elixir on his mind. But the biggest revelation, Eardrick was Malkar all along. How wild was that? Anyways, I was able to locate the elixir of life and made my way back to the Elder. Returning to the Elder, I presented the elixir of life. As he took it, I stood back and watched history unfold. The Queen was saved, the mission was complete. I had conquered every challenge and proven myself a true warrior of the small folk. Crowned champion, I had earned my place in this world. Thank you, Elder. Thank you. How about some gold or something like that? That would be much better. And the great owl himself pays his respect to the vanguard. Yep, we did well. Thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure. See you again sometime.